Your summer body was not built in June. It was approved in winter. June did not betray you. It handed you the invoice. This is Iron Suits, where strength wears a crown. I am Marwan Killu. Throughout the episode, you'll notice me saying he, not because I'm talking about somebody else, but because sometimes a man has to hear the truth at a slight distance before he has the guts to admit it belongs to him. So when I say he, listen for the part of you that already knows. You may not like this one, and good. That probably means it is close. This episode is not for the man who wants a June panic plan. It is for the man who thinks It is not for the man who thinks 4 clean weeks can erase 8 loose months. And it is definitely not for the man who wants to call this bad timing. Because June is not bad timing. June is exposure. June morning, home. The suitcase is on the bed. The trip is close. A few days, maybe less. He is moving through the bedroom, pulling things out of the drawer. The familiar pre-holiday logistics of a man who travels enough that packing should be automatic, but it is not yet complete because summer packing requires trying things on first. He picks up last year's shorts. He does not try them on immediately. He holds them first. That small pause before confirmation, not surprise, confirmation. And then he tries them on. They fit differently. Not dramatically, not in a way that requires sitting down or staring at the mirror or having a conversation with anyone in the house. Just differently. The waistband sits differently. The fabric falls differently. The version of him that wore these last summer and the version of him standing here now are not the same version. The shorts are not being cruel. They are being accurate. He knew that he knew before he tried them on. That is the part worth sitting with. He knew. Before the shorts came out the drawer, before the suitcase was opened, he had known for some time. Not precisely, not in numbers, but in the general ambient background way that a man knows things he has not decided or things he has decided not to examine too closely. The shorts just made the knowing official. The shorts fit differently. He knew they would before he tried them on. And that is where most men start lying. Not loudly, not dramatically, just enough to stay comfortable. Now let me run the timeline. Slowly. Because this is not where he failed. This is where he approved it. October, the quarter was closing. He was managing the outcome of a year that had been more demanding than the one before it, because that is the nature of building something at his level. October was not the time to add anything. October was for delivering on what was already committed. The body was noted and deferred after this quarter. November, travel, multiple cities, multiple time zones, the gym hotel located and not revisited, the food decisions made in airports and restaurants, and client dinners where the environment was doing the deciding and the standard was suspended in practice. Noted after the year settles. December. And December is where the lie gets socially acceptable. December is not a build month. Every man who has told himself December is a build month has discovered by the 15th that December is not a build month. December is a permission month. He did not miss a point in December. He participated. January. He called it January a fresh start. The body called it a short meeting. January is where the speech happens, the system, the intention, the commitment to the year that will be different. January is serious. The first 2 weeks of January are frequently the most disciplined 2 weeks of a given year. And then January becomes February. February. The intentions survived the first 2 weeks. Then the quarter started properly. The travel resumed. The system encountered the actual calendar and the standard, not abandoned, just loosened, adjusted for conditions, deferred where not convenient. He called it realistic. He was being pragmatic. He called January a fresh start. The body called it a short meeting. March. March was busy. All his marches are busy. The quarter ending, the deals moving, the decisions compounding. The body ran without management for another month because March did not offer a window that the previous months had not already closed. April. This is the dangerous one because April does not feel like failure. It feels like maturity. April was a month of reasonable compromises even, not compromises. I don't even know if there's such a word, compromises. April was a month of reasonable compromises. May. May was when he noticed the clothes, the mirror, the passing awareness that the summer was coming and the summer had a dress code that was less cooperative than winter's. May was when he started planning to sort it. He had 4 weeks. March was busy, April was reasonable, May was urgent, June was honest. He is standing in June with the shorts in his hand and the suitcase on the bed and the trip that is leaving in 3 days. And June is not the problem. June is a presentation date. It is the date the report is delivered, not compiled, delivered. The report was compiled over the preceding 8 months, entry by entry, decision by decision, in the dark mornings and the client dinners and the December permission and the April reasonable compromises. June received the report. June did not write it. The invoice arrives in June because the purchases were made earlier. And this is where the excuse starts to collapse. Because he already understands this. This is what makes it worse. He runs a business. A sophisticated one with metrics and lagging indicators and a management team that understands the difference between the quarterly results and the inputs that produced it. He does not look at a weak Q3 and call it surprising if Q1 and Q2 were already revealing the trend. He understands delayed consequence in business. He has spent his career understanding it. The client relationship that was neglected in Q1 that left in Q3. The hiring decision that was deferred in January that became a capability gap in August. He reads these patterns. He tracks the leading indicators. He holds his business to the principle that current inputs produce future outcomes. He applies his intelligence to everything he runs, except the body. The body he treats as if it operates on different physics, as if the inputs between October and May are disconnected from the outputs in June. He would never call a business result random if the inputs were clearly visible since October. He calls the body surprising. It is not surprising, it is arithmetic. The body is a lagging indicator with no respect for his calendar. This is the invoice law. The body does not charge you when the decision is made. It charges you when the shirt comes off. It charges you when the shorts come out. It charges you when the holiday arrives. And the version of you that was approved in private has to be worn in public. A man like this understands complex systems. He understands delayed consequence. He understands cause and effect, which makes this worse. Because he did not lack intelligence, he failed to transfer the standard. He applied it to the business, not the body. And motivation events do not compound. He treated January like a speech. The body needed a system. A fresh start without a structure is a motivational costume. He put it on. He wore it for 2 weeks. Then the costume came off and the old system resumed because the old system was the actual system. The default, the setting that runs when nothing deliberate has replaced it. March did not make him soft. March revealed that January was never serious. A standard that dies in February was not a standard. It was a January intention. Intentions are not standards. The body, which does not process intentions, only behaviors, received nothing from January except the first 2 weeks. He did not run out of time. He ran out of months he could blame. The shorts are in his hands. The suitcase is open. The trip is in 3 days. But the room is not in the final scene. The room is private. Summer is not. And in 3 days, this will not be a private moment anymore. It will be the pool, the beach club, the walk from the lounger to the water, where there is nowhere useful to put his hands and no jacket to adjust. And my wife calling me when I'm doing a podcast again. Hold on. Okay, never mind. His wife will ask if he is coming in. His kids will already be in the water, and he will say, "In a minute." But it will not be a minute. It will be a negotiation. The same negotiation has been having since October. Only now other people can see the results. He has options here in this moment. He could start something now, some version of preparation, some tightening, some attempt to reduce the distance between the body he has set. Sorry, start again. Some attempt to reduce the distance between the body he has and the body he wants to bring to the summer. He's welcome to try. But the June wardrobe is not the starting point of anything. The June wardrobe is the presentation date. It is the moment the report is delivered, not the moment the report begins. And whatever he does between now and August, he is working with the body that October built, the body that winter approved. Summer did not arrive early. His standards arrived late. The body keeps the receipts. It does not care about context. It does not care that October was the end of the quarter and November was heavy travel and December was festive and January was a genuine intention. The body received all of it. It processes inputs, not explanations. It reports on behavior, not intention. It delivers the invoice in June because that is when the invoice is due, and the contents of the invoice are entirely determined by what was approved in the preceding 8 months. The shorts did not shrink. The standards did. June is honest. That is all it is. Honest. This is Iron Suits. I am Marwan Killu. If this landed, send it to another leader who thinks June surprised him. And if this one made you uncomfortable, good. Subscribe to the show. Follow me on my socials. The next invoice is already being written, and the invoice did not arrive by accident.